What's good? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dgotsauce, man, and I'm back with another live stream, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership. Make sure you guys hit the notification bells if you guys want to tune in to when I'm actually reacting to these videos live, so you guys can see my actual reaction in real time. But I thank you guys, man. I thank you guys for tuning in with me. I thank you guys for all the support and the love that y'all been showing lately. It doesn't go unappreciated. We're very thankful. We're very grateful. And we're going to keep coming. We're going to keep coming. I appreciate you guys. But we got some topics that we got to talk about today. We got some topics we got to talk about. And I know it feels like it's been a while since I last been on, honestly. It's been a couple of days, but it feels like a while ago. It hasn't even been that long, but so much has happened since we last talked. And we're going to start it off in California. Apparently, migrants have arrived in California. Migrants have arrived in California too. They are now in Boston, Detroit, Chicago, Denver, and now LA. Let's tune in for ourselves and see, man. Let's tune in.
Shocking new video shows two large SUVs dropping off dozens of illegal migrants at the border in Jacumba, California. The group appearing to be mostly adult males, made up of people from China, Turkey, Brazil, and India. Customs and Border Patrol sources say that they were nearly 1,100 illegal crossings in the San Diego sector on Sunday, 97 Chinese nationals and 91 Turkish nationals. The House Homeland Security Committee expected to mark up articles of impeachment against DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas today, charging him with refusal to comply with the law and a breach of public trust. We are talking about this right now with South Carolina Congressman Russell Fry, a member of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees. Congressman, this is very concerning, and I also spoke with one of my border sources the other day, and he told me that he's seeing activity shift further west, in other words, Arizona and San Diego. This is really where the poorest situations are now, worse than anybody thought. In addition to Texas, they're currently the top two sectors with the most illegal crossings, averaging 2,000 plus daily encounters a day. What is your reaction to what's taking place at the border right now?
I think it's shameful. I mean, you look, I mean, this matches what I've seen in Yuma, Arizona personally. When we were down there, we saw individuals from China, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Africa, Haiti, Central and South America, you name it. Every part of the globe was present at the border that particular night that we were there. And so it's really shameful that this is allowed to perpetuate, that the secretary is known for months, if not years, the problem, and he refuses to fix them.
Yeah, we're also seeing that they're catching illegal migrants on ranches and human smugglers. One source told me that they arrested a cartel smuggling guide this weekend who smuggled illegal immigrants into Texas, and then they realized that he was wanted for murder in Mexico. Okay, so he was arrested over the weekend. And I don't understand why your colleagues in the Senate are allowing anybody to come through at this point.
At this point, we gotta ask ourselves, what are they going to do about this? At this point, they're bringing in the cartel, people that have murder on their belt. They're bringing in so many people from so many different places, which what nobody seems to talk about is that this is not just a new thing. It's a new thing that they're hopping the border and that the border is open, but immigrants coming into the U.S. is not something new. It's not something new at all. But what we don't want to see is the illegal, the ones that are wanted for more murder, the ones that are wanted for drug trafficking. All those violent crime people, we don't want them here. But the border is open to everybody right now.
After we've learned what we've learned, is this Senate deal being negotiated going to live? I mean, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, said that the Senate border deal, any border shutdown authority that allows even one illegal crossing is a non-starter. Thousands each day is outrageous, Mike Johnson said. The number must be zero. However, Oklahoma Senator James Lankford says Republicans are rejecting the bipartisan border deal because it's an election year. That's what he said.
Instead of them bringing people to different states in buses, now they just hopping in SUVs. Now they just hopping in SUVs and they going wherever they want. They saying, let's rent a car. And we going everywhere. Wherever we can go. And luckily they picked California because it's a lot warmer over there than it is on the east. A lot warmer.
Dad, this is a Republican. Watch this.
It is interesting. Republicans 4 months ago would not give funding for Ukraine, for Israel, and for our southern border because we demanded changes in policy. So we actually locked arms together and said, we're not going to give you money for this. We want a change in law. And now it's interesting, a few months later, when we're finally getting to the end, they're like, oh, just kidding. I actually don't want a change in law because it's a presidential election year.
And now the Oklahoma GOP is voting to censor Lankford for his role as the chief negotiator in these border talks, Congressman. Where's this going?
Well, I don't know what the Senate really, is doing. What I will say this is that Obama's former Homeland Security Secretary said that you reach a crisis point at 1,000 migrants a day. So under the negotiated deal, they're going to shut down the border at 5,000. This doesn't make any sense. And so this isn't Trump that's saying this. This is Obama's former Homeland Security Secretary saying 1,000 overwhelms the system. But here we're going to, because it's so bad, we're doing 10,000.
Then can we answer the question, Joe Biden? Why is it so bad? Why is it so bad? We can't keep pushing the blame off to the Senate or to the governor or to the Supreme Court. We got to figure out what the issue is and tackle the situation. Why can't somebody be smart enough to say, this is what we got to do in order to get it back under control? And I feel like the people are waiting to hear that answer from someone, especially the president, but we're not getting that answer.
1,000 a day. 5,000 is acceptable. I just think it's a non-starter. The House's position is pretty clear. I think that's where the American people are. H.R. 2, the Secure the Border Act, is where we need to be. It fixes the issue. It removes these ambiguities in the law that the secretary has been allowed to abuse for years.
Yeah.
And it's time to get serious about the border. This doesn't solve the border crisis.
And Doug Collins, you made a really good point earlier. You said, why did they think they needed to start from scratch in the Senate? You had H.R. 2. So what's the deal with starting from scratch and coming up with this idea of 5,000 a day, Doug?
Yeah, I mean, that's the point. And Russell, I think, Congressman, I think you understand this as well. You have a bill, the purpose is to negotiate a bill. And when you start at 5,000, I mean, that's so far over the what we used to be called extreme. Jay Johnson, as you just said. The question I have is there the animosity that's built up there that Republicans don't just want a law, a bad law, they want a law that actually fixes it. And I think that's where Senator Lankford may be off a little bit. Is that the feeling of the House right now? It's not just any law, it's got to be a good law.
Well, it's got to be a law that fixes the problem, right? I mean, we know right now that the president has the authority to secure the border under the same laws that President Trump made the securest border that we've ever had. So it's time to get back to the basics.
I think that's something that should be said. I agree with what they're saying. Not only should we just look at what they wrote up and say, okay, this is good, but we need to actually find a permanent solution to at least limit the amount of people coming in, because, again, we are letting in terrorists at this point can come in without being checked. Killers, murderers, rapists, they're all coming in the United States. and nobody seems to be, caring too much at the White House. At the White House, they have to put a hold on this. They have to put a hold on it ASAP.
HR2, by every estimation, will fix the problem.
Let me switch gears, ask you about the Oversight Committee, because Eric Schwerin, one of Hunter Biden's former business partners, is going to appear before the House Oversight Committee for a deposition today. Schwerin was considered Hunter's point person for their Chinese business deals and was even called the money guy. He also served as a financial advisor to Joe Biden and helped him file his tax returns. It's interesting that he was a financial advisor for Joe Biden and also the money guy for Hunter Biden's deals.
I think that's where the committee is going to go. Is Mr. Schwerin was involved in the formation of some of these corporate entities. He's been intricately linked to the Bidens for years. He's visited the White House and the Naval Observatory numerous times. There are hundreds, at least 50 emails that we know about right now, where he has communicated with Joe Biden's fake alias. And so there's a lot of questions. Obviously, last week we had Rob Walker and another associate in, and this is part of our continuing effort to really kind of understand the structure of the Biden family money peddling schemes.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there were also direct emails between Joe Biden and Eric Schwerin, and Joe Biden was using a pseudonym. Your colleague, James Comer, told me there were about 50 emails back and forth. So how does Joe Biden...
I'm not really too worried about who filed whose tax returns, because at the end of the day, all business people are looking for the biggest type of tax write-offs. I'm not really too worried. I'm more worried about how they're legally bringing in all these migrants. And at this point, they're going to be everywhere. Pray for California. Pray for the migrants coming in, because at least we want the good ones to be doing well. The other people, we got to talk about it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, though, man. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for the love. We are on episode number 15, man. 15. We are on episode number 15. And it feels good. It feels good to know that we are getting somewhere. We're actually moving. We're actually setting pace. We're staying consistent. And to me, that was the biggest thing about this. To stay consistent all year. All year, 2024. In everything I'm doing, I'm staying absolutely consistent at it. I'm staying consistent. Regardless of what it takes me, where it takes me, how long it takes me, how hard it is. Consistency is key. And I think we can beat any battle we choose. If we stay consistent. But this next subject, and I hate to keep bringing back up Chicago. I hate to keep bringing it up. But we have to have this conversation. Listen, aren't you guys tired of seeing each other die? Aren't y'all tired of seeing people y'all love and people you was just talking to yesterday die because of senseless violence? Because they got ops? Because they got some type of beef? I mean, that is the most negative environment you could ever be in. And I personally don't care if you come from that environment. I know it's tough. I was raised in an environment too to where, it was kill or to be killed. But luckily, my parents took me out of that environment and they put me in a better place. But when is it going to be time that we say, enough is enough? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We can't have another senseless shooting. We can't see another 2 teens die. We just lost 2 doctors today. We just lost 2 lawyers. We just lost 2 dentists. People that could have been great. They could have been great. They should have been great. But why they can't be great? Because they are no longer here. They're no longer here because they probably had beef. They probably had ops. Somebody was mad at somebody, and it resulted in a shooting. I don't want to talk too much anymore. Let's get into the video.
Right now, the search is on for the gunman who shot and killed 2 teenagers right in the middle of the loop during the busy lunch hour yesterday. The victims were leaving their high school. CBS 2's Noel Brennan has more on the investigation.
The teens made it only steps away from the front door of their school, and the shooting happened here, right next to the elevator that leads up to the L tracks. Bullets shattered the glass and sent people inside nearby businesses ducking for cover. At 12:26 Friday afternoon, it's business as usual on Jewelers Row.
You coming out of school. You probably just got nice grades. You know, you was feeling yourself, had a good day. It was gym class last period. So you just coming out of school and you thinking, man, I'm going to go home and do some homework. You know, grab some dinner, say hi to my family. Hopefully both parents are there. But instead, you walk outside and all you hear is straight gunshots. Straight gunshots. Straight gunshots.
Until a burst of gunfire.
Oh my God, there's a shooting.
Workers and customers inside the Chicago landmark Diamond Center take cover.
Close the gate! Close the gate! Close the gate!
Outside, near Wabash and Washington, Chicago police say 2 teens are shot. 17-year-old Montario Williams and 16-year-old Robert Boston did not survive.
It does appear to be a targeted ambush.
Let's rewind that. Let's get the ages. Let's get the faces.
17-year-old Montario Williams and 16-year-old Robert Boston did not survive.
17 and 16. 2 young men. They had so much in life they could have accomplished. They had so much joy and peace and love to spread. But instead now, their parents are planning funerals. I mean, Chicago, when is it going to stop? I know it don't only happen in Chicago, but I hear it mostly in Chicago. Chicago, when is it going to stop? What are y'all going to do about this? When is somebody going to speak up and say enough is enough? We lost too many. It's about time, Chicago. It's about time.
It does appear to be a targeted ambush, as the police have said.
34th Ward Alderman Bill Conway says he can't recall a more brazen shooting in broad daylight in the Loop.
2 high school students coming out of school, getting shot in the middle of the Loop, an area that should be safe. I mean, everywhere should be safe, but is historically a very safe place. Is certainly a tragedy, and the families and the school are certainly in my prayers.
Surveillance video captures the teens leaving Innovations High School as a dark sedan pulls up. At least one person gets out, runs up to the teens, and opens fire. The mother of Montario Williams tells CBS 2 Montario and Robert were good friends. Montario was looking to graduate and hoping to attend a trade school. His mom thinks he may have gotten into carpentry. She says what happened is surreal, that her son was just trying to survive the streets.
That's something that we need to get a handle on, you know, the significant gun problem that we have.
Chicago police have not said how many suspects they're looking for. At this point, no one is in custody. In the Loop, Noel Brennan, CBS 2 News.
Noel, thanks. Now, police believe multiple suspects.
I'm disappointed, man. I'm extremely disappointed. I feel like it's a circle. It's a cycle over there. It goes one way. Nobody's trying to make it go the opposite way. It's going one way and it's going south, extremely south. I pray for Chicago, man. I pray for Chicago because, honestly, this is sad. This is extremely sad. Y'all should be doing better. But I thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's your boy Dgotsauce. Yo, we got to talk about the crime that's going on because we don't want this stuff happening. This stuff should not be happening. It shouldn't be happening in your community. It shouldn't be happening in my community. It shouldn't be happening, period. I feel like crime is pure evil. Crime is pure evil, and we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, and we got to do better. We got to do better as people. Let's continue, though, onto this next topic. This one happens to be in New York City. This one is about more crime. Luckily, no one died in this situation. But I wanted to bring light to what is happening in New York and why it's important that we understand why we can't let certain things, certain people in, because you just never know what they are capable of doing. Apparently, two brothers had a hit list of celebrities and police officers with ammunition and explosives. Luckily, they were busted before anything happened. Say no more. Let's tune in. I apologize. Wrong video. Here we go.
And aside from the cache of firearms and explosives, authorities say they also uncovered a handwritten hit list targeting law enforcement, celebrities, and others.
Ashley Rodriguez is live in a story outside the apartment building where that raid took place. And Ashley, with that hit list, a very scary situation that's unfolding.
Oh, absolutely. And the DA says what was inside this apartment behind me could have led to a catastrophic event. We're talking about 9 bombs, 8 guns, 600 rounds of ammunition. And not only that, it's across the street from a power plant. Now, after 6 months of investigation, they don't know what the brothers were planning, but they do say law enforcement was able to prevent it. 9 IED bombs, AR-15s, 9mm semi-auto pistols, an AK-47, some loaded, unloaded, and under construction. Over 600 rounds of ammo, 3 sets of body armor, 29 high-capacity magazines, tools to assemble ghost guns, and 1 3D printer to make them. Queens DA Melinda Katz.
Listen, they was preparing to tear up the city of New York. 600 plus bullets. That's at least, I'm gonna say, 1 bullet per name. They was looking to slaughter some people in New York. Thank God they were caught. Insane. Insane. Let's continue.
Says inside 39-year-old Andrew and 51-year-old Angelo Haziagelis' Astoria apartment was not only this arsenal, but notebooks with bomb-making instructions, a hit list targeting cops, judges, politicians, and celebrities, anarchist propaganda, and a pentagram.
And although we may not yet know the defendant's intentions or the extent of what we've disrupted yet, the investigation is ongoing.
The brothers are facing 130 charges and 25 years behind bars. Depending on the conclusion of the NYPD and Homeland Security's investigation, terrorism charges could follow. But so far,
I believe they're absolute terrorists. They are absolute terrorists. Look at these two. Look at these two. They kind of reminded, they're giving me Boston Marathon vibes. That's who these two hooligans is reminding me of. They was about to blow up, and I wonder what they was actually and who they was actually going to target. They're not going to give us that list, but they had an entire list of people they were going to target. And y'all seen the guns. Let's continue.
Depending on the conclusion of the NYPD and Homeland Security's investigation, terrorism charges could follow. But so far, they have decided to not charge a third brother and their mother, who were all living together on 36th Avenue, just a stone's throw from the Con Ed power plant. When we knocked on the door to the apartment where the arsenal was discovered, Fox 5 got an exclusive meet and greet with their mother.
Can you tell us anything about your son?
Why would you even pull up? Why would you even pull up there? I'm confused. In my head, the brother and the mother are still a part of it. I'll be 100% real with you. I would not go there looking to interview nobody about what y'all say. Yo, y'all are wilding over here.
Their upstairs neighbor was more accommodating and utterly shocked by the stockpile.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
She woke up early on the morning of January 17th to find agents in tactical gear, bomb squads, and police surrounding the building. The raid, a culmination of 6 months of investigation, partially triggered by the brothers' alleged online activity of ghost gun making videos and purchases. She described the family as unpleasant, mean to their dog, and gross.
I just know they don't like the government, and that's alarming. That's what alarms.
So you decided to go on live television and tell them that you straight up don't like them, and they still living in your apartment complex? Is you nuts? I think I wouldn't be surprised if her dog go missing. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be honest with you. I would have kept it quiet. I would have stayed in my apartment complex. I don't want to talk to nobody. I didn't see nothing. I'm out.
Alarms me is that they kind of barricaded themselves into their own little world.
Authorities are actively looking for lone wolves, fueled by an amalgamation of anti-government ideas, who are now able to 3D print, build, and hoard weapons of mass destruction.
We are all on top of it to make sure that we preventatively gather these weapons before they are utilized in the general public.
So obviously this investigation is ongoing. The DA has not connected these men to any terrorist affiliation. They still don't know the motive, but I can tell you in some of the writings that the men had, they wrote human sacrifices permitted, but only for the corrupt. Now, the NYPD Commissioner, Edward Caban, is applauding this investigation, calling these two men evil and saying that they were capable of horrendous carnage in this community. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thanks, Ashley.
That is definitely evil. That is definitely evil. Pure evil. Pure evil. Man, pray for New York and pray for those people that are living in the same building as
guns,
mother.
ammo, explosives, and a list of targets. 2 Queens.
Apologize. This is absolutely nuts. But thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. Make sure you're watching this stream, and make sure you guys leave a like for those that are watching the stream live, man. I appreciate y'all viewership. Make sure you guys say what's up in the chat too, man. Say what's up in the chat if you're here, if you're rocking with me. And shoot, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button for your boy. We going on up, man. We got a couple more topics to talk about. I'm not going to be here all night, of course. You guys already know how I like to do it. I like to stay low. I like to stay, you know, pretty consistent to an hour, about an hour of a stream. So I like to stay there because I feel like that's a sweet spot for me. That's a sweet spot. Now, some days I like to go longer. Some days I like to go, you know, I like to be out of here a little early. But, you know, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So if y'all ever do have anything to send to me that y'all would like me to review, please do send it to my Instagram, man. I would definitely review the videos. But this next topic, man, apparently there was a woman who brought her infant baby into a Walmart in straight diapers in the freezing cold. I mean, when I heard about this story, I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way a mother could do that. Not a mother. But let's tune in, man. Let's tune in.
A 5-year Walmart employee here in the Metro loses her job for posting a video that has gone viral.
Felicia Darling says when the child entered the Byram store last week during record-breaking cold temperatures wearing only a diaper, well, she had to do something. I spoke to her tonight, and she says she knew she had to do something quick. Felicia Darling said something to the mother, as did a male customer. Here's some of the interaction.
He came in here without that jacket on. Yeah, he did. That baby just had a pamper on. That's all he got on. I can't. He's just an infant, so he didn't ask to be here. So I took action and I started recording her. In the video,
Now, I would have been pissed also if I was a customer or if I was an employee. I don't care if that's your child or not. How dare you bring a baby into this environment in just a diaper? And he wasn't, and she got the audacity to say, yeah, he wasn't wearing that jacket on his way in too. Like that was something cool to say. Man, somebody ought to. Let's continue.
She throw cold food on the baby. Yeah, don't do that. And he sadly just looked down. Somebody called police on her. It seemed like in his eyes, he was just looking for help. He was crying out for help. A man was telling her, you throwing cold food on the baby. She walked off and twerked.
Did she just walk off and twerk?
Somebody call police.
Hold up.
Somebody call police on her. Get out that man, please. Crazy. What the hell?
Nah. We gonna nah. We're gonna have to break this down. First off, bring that bonnet over here. We done with the bonnets this year. 2024, we throwing all bonnets in the trash. You only wearing bonnets going to bed. That's a fact. All these bonnet shoppers, y'all need to stop this year. Because this is the example. This is the example of what bonnet wearers do. This is the example. Now we have a grown man that came up to the woman respectfully, and she said, yo, that baby deserves to have some clothes on. That baby deserves to have some clothes on. You're wildin'. And she cusses him out and twerks and walks off. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. If somebody had told me this story without me seeing it, I would have told them they're lying. I could not believe a mother would ever do that. This is insane what we were seeing, people. Some people.
Somebody call the police on her. Go ahead, CPS already called 2 times. I keep paying. So once you got hot water, fire extinguisher. But when you come in the store fully dressed in your baby's name.
Now, I'm going to call the cops right now.
A customer in a riding shopping cart purchases an outfit for the boy and dresses him while the mother flips through her phone.
After the lady in the riding cart put the outfit on the baby, she walks out of Walmart and started walking to her car. Was walking to her car. A cop was walking behind her, and they arrested her and they took the baby.
Some people don't need to have kids. Some people just don't need to have babies. That's the honest to God truth. I mean, that's the only way to put it at this point. Some people don't need to be having kids. Don't have a kid if you can't control yourself. If you can't even have the common courtesy to keep your kid warm in freezing cold weather, don't risk yourself having a kid. Don't do it. That's child neglect.
They took the baby and CPS was called.
26-year-old Cambria Darby was arrested and charged with child neglect. Child Protective Services released the child to a family member. Byram police say Darby has bonded out. We reached out to Walmart after Darling was fired. This is their statement in full. Quote, "We share the concern others have for the child in the video in our store in Jackson, Mississippi. We don't discuss personnel matters involving current or former associates. All associates are encouraged and empowered to use their judgment in contacting authorities when they see something that may be wrong. However, all associates are also expected to follow the Walmart Code of Conduct." End quote.
Yes, I feel like I did the right thing, because who wouldn't want to help an innocent child?
I agree 100%. I feel like she did do the right thing. She definitely did the right thing. But at the same time, Walmart has rules. I don't know what rules she actually broke. Maybe she's not supposed to be recording the customer. But she could be saying, I recorded the customer for my safety. Respectfully. And she did the right thing. She should still have a job. I can't believe they actually fired her. I can't believe they actually fired her. Like, it's Walmart. It's Walmart. That's crazy. But yeah, this whole thing is nuts. This whole thing is nuts. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I can't believe what some of these women is out here doing. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. We are on a roll right now. And we got to get into a few more videos before we get out of here, man. And apparently, fast food workers, y'all time is up. Y'all time is coming. Y'all time is coming. Apparently, California incorporates their first AI robotic restaurant. Let's tune in.
The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence has caused some people to worry about whether their jobs will be taken by the technology. A study out this week finds those fears may be overblown, at least for now. Researchers at MIT published a report in which they found that a small amount of jobs could be done by artificial intelligence, but in the vast majority of cases, it would not make economic sense to use AI to do the work. That is not deterring some entrepreneurs and engineers from using AI in an unlikely place, the kitchen. Joy Benedict shows us a restaurant powered by robots.
Still lumpy.
It's long since been the vision of Hollywood.
Come and get it.
Robots and humans side by side,
Real stuff?
Just for cooking purposes.
sometimes making things worse, sometimes better.
You want a cup of joe with you?
Oh, yes, thank you.
But now, in the suburbs not far from Tinseltown, the dream of an AI restaurant is already cooking. It's called Cali Express in the heart of Pasadena.
Is this the first time we've seen all this technology in one place?
Absolutely.
Vic Golick is in charge of the newest business on the block, a burger joint which brings a bunch of food-making robots into one cafe.
For this burger, it'll take about 120 seconds.
There's a grill robot by Kachina and Flippy by Miso Robotics frying everything else. No human chefs needed.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fry.
This is dope. This is dope. Talk about saving some money. They got rid of customer service. They got rid of firemen. They got rid of burger flippers. And this is insane how fast this machinery actually does. I mean, I would actually go to California and want to try this out. And if it's good, I'd rather this. I don't have nobody talking back to me. I don't have nobody giving me no attitude. I could just walk up to a kiosk, press on what I need, sit there, look at my phone for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and next thing you know, my burger's there, right there. No attitude, no here's your change, nothing. Just here. This is insane.
And grills, they're dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues that we're having.
But inventors say the use of these robots isn't a true technology takeover. It's intended to help humans.
I love the way, and I think a lot about how technology can work with people to make people's lives better.
Rob Anderson is a co-founder of Miso Robotics, which started working on Flippy, the fry maker, 6 years ago.
I mean, this is your baby.
Yeah, oh, it's super cool.
The machine is already at work in some restaurants like White Castle and Jack in the Box.
Flippy's really good at doing repetitive tasks, which is just operating the fryer in those dangerous environments. And that way, the people who work in the restaurant can focus on those human elements.
Is it?
No more, I need a break. No more, I need to go to the bathroom. No more, they gotta pay me more. They got robots now working non-stop, 24/7. Say goodbye to your fast food jobs. I know minimum wage just went up, and they was thinking they about to get paid, but people's about to start investing into these flippies, and they about to start making some extra bread without the extra stress of having to manage an actual human. This is insane.
Costing people their jobs.
That's not what we've seen. It's really here to help people.
Flippy can make 250 pounds of French fries an hour. The Burger Bot, 100 patties, all without needing a break or a day off like its human counterparts.
These restaurants are very, very busy at peak times, and every second that gets added to somebody waiting in the drive-thru is a lost revenue opportunity for that restaurant.
But it's not just tech chefs.
A cheeseburger.
The ordering system is powered by artificial intelligence too, using facial recognition software.
I don't want things looking at my face or getting my fingerprints. Like, should I be scared of these things?
We don't think so. So we're very clear on the point that we're not doing any kind of surveillance. Every single time our cameras are going live and recognizing the user in the US, you're always tapping a button or you're asking somebody to scan your face.
And there will be humans here too, putting the finishing touches on your meal. But Cali Express plans on only staffing 2 back-of-the-house employees, a fraction of what it would take to run a non-automated kitchen.
This is the start of a revolution that's happening on the restaurant side.
Dan Ives is an analyst for Wedbush Securities. Statistics show that 62% of restaurants report being understaffed, and 82% of restaurant jobs could be handled by robotics.
We expect by 2025 that we're probably going to have 100 to 200 restaurants that'll be primarily AI focused.
And in a state where the minimum wage for most fast food workers will soon be $20 an hour, less people to pay can be a bonus for businesses.
Once the minimum wage went to 20, that's the bell going off. More and more focus on spending on AI. Because look, that's inflationary. That's the problem. You can't necessarily pass all that to the consumer.
It does reduce some jobs, but there's so many more jobs that are created with it.
I don't care what they telling you. This is going to cut jobs like crazy. The only things that they need people to do is pretty much put the food in bags at this point. That's what they're going to be paying $20 an hour for, dude. Is just to put food in bags. The AI and the robotic arms, they're doing everything else. They're doing everything else. And this is some new technology that, you know, is growing at a rapid pace. And it's going to change the game for sure. It's going to change the restaurant industry. It's going to change the fast food industry for sure. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the near coming futures and how much news we hear about layoffs in the fast food industry.
The technology as well as maintaining this technology.
In fact, these robots at Cali Express are rented as technicians watch Flippy all the time through cameras.
Truth is, I can't get my phone to work probably half the time. What happens if Flippy flips out?
If for any reason Flippy's not working, they can kind of flip the barrier up and just cook manually as they would normally.
And as for taste?
Is it going to affect the quality and the taste?
I would say yes, in a good way, because now each burger is being cooked precisely the same way every time.
Only time will tell whether robots take over all kitchens, but watching the first of its kind come to life is a tasty technical treat and another AI debate worth chewing on. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Joy Benedict. Pass it.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. They said they can make your burger the same way every single time. So if you like it like this, you're going to get it like this every single time. That's insane. That's insane. Shout out to that man for creating that thing. That's definitely going to take over. That's definitely going to take over. All right, we got a few more videos to get into, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way in, and make sure you guys leave a like on your way out. Turn on those notifications too, man, just in case you guys ever want to see me stream live and tune into the chat and say what's up as we're streaming. You know, we're going hard this year. We're going hard this year. We're making this thing a thing. And it's all love. So just say what's up. If you guys ever do disagree with me too, I'd love to have that conversation. I'd love to have that conversation. I'd love to have that debate. And preferably if we could bring it on live, we would bring it on live. We'll bring it on live. We'll have that dialogue. And I think that a lot of people would be very interested in that. But we got a couple more videos to get into, and then we're going to take off. But apparently, there has been some new news about some Chicago migrants. And, excuse me, they have apparently been getting fake IDs from someone. Y'all know the scammers is in Chicago. Y'all know the scammers in Chicago. Let's tune in.
This morning, charges have been filed against 3 people after fake IDs were made and sold to migrants.
Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart says part of the investigation started with the arrest of 4 nationals for retail theft in the downtown area.
They told us almost identical stories, that they were being either told to steal things to get money or specifically directed to steal specific things. They were then being able to either buy or trade for Social Security numbers, cards, or American Permanent Residency cards.
During an undercover operation, the sheriff's office bought phony cards, which led to a search warrant. Deputies confiscated hundreds of fake IDs, Social Security numbers, and green card.
Y'all see the extent that some of these people is taking just to go, not even just to go, but just to be in the United States? They are literally having people scam for them. The Chicago people, those people are smart. Those crime people, they know how to get you in the hole and they know how to keep you in there. They're literally saying, hey, I will give you fake ID, a Social Security number, and some cash if you go into this store and get this for me. And you know these people are already desperate already, so they're like, okay, papi, or whatever language they speak. This is sad. This is sad. At least they realized that it was happening sooner than later, and they stopped it right away. They stopped it right away. But this is sad, man. I think Chicago just got to do better as a whole, man. It's so sad here. I never hear great news coming out of Chicago. It's always violence. It's always drugs. It's always death. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. But thank you guys for tuning. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. We got a few more videos. We got 2 more videos we're gonna get into. And we're gonna get out of here, man. I do really appreciate you guys for tuning in. This next video is sad, man. This next video is sad. Let's play it. Now, how many more people have to die? How many more people have to go to war? How many more people have to sit on the news station and say, my son or my daughter was fighting for the country and they gave it their all, but they didn't make it back? How many more? In just this instant, it was just 3. But I want you to ask yourself, how many more people have to die until we say we don't want war anymore? Let's watch the video.
Georgia military families are mourning the death of 3 Army Reserve soldiers killed during the drone attack there in Jordan. All 3 were Georgian natives, and this morning we are learning more about who they were. 11 Alive's Chrissy Diaz joining us in studio this morning. Chrissy, we know 2 of them were really close friends.
They had gotten very close, Aisha, that's right. 2 women who met in basic training in 2019 and became fast friends. Now their families are dazed and heartbroken, along with the family of the sergeant who served with them.
These 3 souls from Georgia killed during a drone strike on their quarters at the base where they were serving overseas in Jordan. Army Reserve Specialist Kennedy Sanders of Waycross, Specialist Brianna Moffitt of Savannah, and Sergeant William Rivers of Carrollton. The attack happened while they were sleeping. Kennedy's family now saying this all feels like a bad dream.
We just need continued prayers. That's the only thing that's keeping us up.
Kennedy was 24, Brianna a year younger. The two met in basic training and became close friends. Brianna's mother, Francine, breaking down at the thought of her daughter.
Brianna was always an amazing person. She just light up a room whenever she walks in.
At 46, Sergeant William Rivers had earned multiple awards and decorations since joining the Army Reserves in 2011. President Biden leading a moment of silence yesterday for all three and promising an American response. Meanwhile, the families processing their grief. The Sanders finding some comfort knowing their daughter served with her whole heart.
So she took the military and her commitment to our nation serious. And the outpour from veterans and service men and women alike, that's touching. And it helps us deal with the loss.
Christy.
President Biden plans on retaliating. He plans on showing whoever did this a message. And what do you think is going to end up happening after that? That's why it's very important to ask yourself how many more have to die, because they're not the first and they're not the last. They're not the last. And as much as we say, oh, the U.S. Army is so great, the U.S. Army is the strongest, the U.S. Army is the best, people die in the U.S. Army every single day. People die in armies every single day. So at what point do we say, as an entire world, we need to stop? Who is going to be the one person that is running stuff in their country to say, hey, let's all unite, let's all be good, let's all be chill? We got literal people risking their lives daily just for a country. And don't get me wrong, I go hard for my country too. I love my country, but I can't go that hard. I can't go that hard because they don't go that hard for you. And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's very sad. And I pray for the families, because I know it's tough. As much as they say, yeah, people have been calling them to support them and this and that, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, though. That part was sad because I really actually do hate war. I think war is evil. I think war is unnecessary. I think war is not called for, especially when it doesn't involve us. And unfortunately, this one involved us. So we have no choice but to say something and but to respond. But it's senseless violence. It's senseless violence. At the end of the day, we're fighting over territory and land. And people are dying daily. Thousands of people. Thousands of people. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all viewership. And then we got one more video that we got to get through. And then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna lighten up with this one. We're gonna lighten up a little bit with this one. And we're gonna take it back to the migrants. We're gonna take it back to the migrants. Apparently, migrants have been they've been hopping on the highways asking if you want a squeegee. A squeegee. there's been an inflection, a huge influx of migrants asking if you want your windows cleaned. It seems like they're hustling out there to me. It seems like they're out there hustling already. They're trying to take somebody's spot. Let's tune in.
All new here at 9, the problem solvers are taking your viewer concerns to the city about scenes just like this one. Many are reporting an increase of people crowding in medians, using squeegees on cars and selling flowers or other panhandling around the metro. Tonight, Fox 31's Nicole Fierro is on it. She joins us live with the story. Nicole.
Yeah, it's something you may very well see driving along here on Colfax in Colorado during the day. People squeegeeing, the same act for money that prompted a crackdown in New York City decades ago. But here in Denver, city officials tell us this is now a result of the migrant crisis.
Coming up on Colorado and Colfax. 1 second, you're stopping for a red. The next, you may get a smile of suds on your windshield. It's something drivers like Xavier Hill have noticed lately.
I actually read the note from one of the guys. He said he was from Venezuela. Said his name, and it seemed like they're just, I guess, kind of placed up here, and they don't have anywhere to go. They don't have any way to do anything or any way to, I guess, earn money through identification or, background checks or stuff like that.
A situation Denver City Council member at large Sarah Parody spoke to us about.
And it's a lot of young families.
They got a whole bunch of guys on the streets, guys and women's and families out there with their squeegee their squeegee poles, their squeegee sticks, some water, some soapy water. And they out there looking for tips, squeegeeing the life out of your window and asking you for money afterwards. I mean, this is classic hustle. This is classic hustle. If I can't get a job, I gotta be out there mowing the lawn. I gotta be out there squeegeeing, doing car washes for $5. I think what they're doing is something that we don't see regular Americans do. And I feel like over the years, Americans might actually appreciate the squeegeeing. I'll be honest with you. But let's continue.
And people that had every conceivable background coming from Venezuela, but people that are professionals. I've talked to so many healthcare professionals.
Parody says seeing more people squeegeeing on the streets is a ripple effect of the current asylum and work authorization barriers that council and city leaders have been pressing the federal government to fix.
They won't get a hearing in their asylum case usually for like 1 to 3 years. And during that time, there's a wait period where they are prohibited from working. And if they work, they could actually lose their claim and be deported.
So we've asked for expanded work authorization. We've asked for the ability for more people to be able to get there and get a job.
John Ewing with Denver Human Services says he, like many constituents, recognizes the safety concerns of people crowding the medians in traffic.
We worry about it too. We do tell people when they're in shelter immediately, here's some things you need to know about traffic around here.
Yeah, we reached out to DPD about the traffic safety concerns and legality about it in case, someone got hit. They said they'd give us a written response. Haven't received it yet at this hour, but as soon as we get anything, we'll be sure to update you on air and put it online. Reporting live here on Colorado.
Yo, this is going to be a normal thing come summertime. There are going to be so many immigrants and migrants on the street trying to wash your car. They're trying to squeegee, trying to sell corn, trying to sell flowers, trying to sell mangoes. Like, this is not going to stop. And that's their hustle. That's how they get money. That's even how they get money in Venezuela, in Mexico, in Africa. They'll be out on the streets selling fruits, selling vegetables. It's a part of the hustle. And that is one thing that United States of America citizens do not do. They don't do it. They don't do it. And these people are out here hustling. And I respect it. I can't even lie. I respect it. They're hustling. They're getting to their bag. They're trying to get some money. What else is they supposed to do? They're not robbing you. This is actually a good thing, I think. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. The world is nuts. Stay safe out there. Stay guarded up, man. Make sure you have your head on a swivel and stay blessed. Make sure you share this with a friend also, and leave a like on your way out. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are rocking with me. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description. Follow me on IG, all that good stuff. And man, keep it coming, man. Keep the love coming. Keep the support coming. We're going to keep going. We got some more stuff to talk about later on this week. And I'll see you guys next time, man. Make sure y'all turn on those notifications. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. I love you. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Peace.